Hey, good evening. This is Jonathan with First Class Exteriors. Currently at Mr. Michael Johnson Martinez property here in 2019 Aquia Drive, Stafford, Virginia. Zip code 22554. Claim number is 1639463 264716 063601. So the reason why we're here today is we are going ahead and conduct a attempt to repair video. As you can see, this is a crease shingle here due to some wind damage. And this is the full 3-tat shingle here. We also have the same exact shingle that ITEL said was still continued, which we went ahead and purchased the same exact shingle to conduct this repair, to see if that's a successful repair or whether we have to possibly do a full replacement due to further damages to to the roof. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and give you here to my colleague while I conduct this repair. I'm gonna go ahead and also show you guys the materials. The tools that we'll be using. So we do have a pry bar here. All right. We have a roof snake, right, which is roof graded for these such repairs. We'll also have a soft brittle brush to kind of conduct the brittle test, right, on the granules. I have a hammer. I have a measuring tape. And I also have a spatula, right, which you can see how the thinness of that. We're going to use this to kind of break the seals to the shingles above it and around it that we are manipulating. All right. So let's go ahead and just pretty much just begin with the spatula here. So just bear with me. It is on a much steeper roof with the granules being a little loose, so just bear with us here today. It is quite tricky to kind of do this on this roof here. So we're going to go ahead and begin to tear off the old adhesive, which, as you can see, pretty easy, right? But you have to go 2 shingles above it. This is the crease shingle, right? These 2 are still intact. However, we're gonna break the adhesive now, which was pretty easy to do. So this is the full shingle length that we are replacing. Now we're gonna go ahead and use a pry bar to begin to remove the nails, right? So we already got a nail pop here. Let me bring you guys into that real quick so you can have a closer look. So there's a nail pop there, right? You can see that clear as day. I'm gonna give you back to my colleague. That way you guys can have a look at that from further. Again, I'm doing my best to keep this shingle at a 45-degree angle. So some of these nails have actually punctured through the shingle. So let's go ahead and continue this here. Another nail pop. Let's bring you guys in just so you guys can have a look at what is going on here today. You can see that there. Even this pry bar, these nails are causing issues to get it removed, right? So there's one more on this corner. This one didn't have much of a nail pop, so we should be fine there. There's one more on this corner here. So the shingle that we were replacing, the nails are off. However, obviously, as you guys know, you have to go above it to also remove the nails from the shingles above it. So we got a nail pop. We actually have a problem here because the head of the nail broke off when I was trying to pry it through. Let me bring you guys in closer on that. So we're gonna have an issue. You can kind of see there, not sure if you guys can tell from the video stance. However, you can kind of see there that the head of the nail is completely off. So we're gonna have issues when it comes to removing that. So all these nails seem to be punctured through. We're gonna go ahead and go underneath the shingle that we're replacing to see if we can remove it that way. But even then, I mean, I got another one with the head broken. I'm not sure what it is that causes this, but this is the head of the nail, right? That should not be tearing off while I'm prying that off, right? I mean, the ATRs that I've conducted have never had that issue. So I'm not sure what's wrong with these coil nails that were used to install this roof, right? So just keep that in mind, right? Conducting so many repairs to this roof and having issues like that come up, it's just not something you want, right? Because now the shingle doesn't want to come loose, all right? All right, so, all right, like now the shingle doesn't want to come loose, and so now it's loose there. So now this is just making it a lot harder for me to conduct from a normal repair, right? And again, I'm doing the best of my ability to minimize the damage to the shingles that we're leaving behind, right? Because, you know, we don't want to damage Mr. Michael's roof any more than what the wind already has done or the storms have done recently. And let me bring you in closer with that heel nail. The head of the nail kind of popped there, and pry bar isn't able to get that through, as you can see. Bear with me here 1 second. So there's still one more nail here. Now again, I'm doing my very best to keep this repair with minimal damage as possible. Nail pop is causing this issue here. I'm gonna see if I can go with it from the side or maybe underneath the shingle. So this is a shingle that we are replacing. All right. You can see the clear damage there. Go ahead and toss that up there. I still have this nail right here to touch that. see if I can move those nails that were stuck by hand. Maybe let me try with the pry bar now. Alright, so there's one. Alright, luckily, you bring that in close, you can see right there. Alright, which is not what you want to see, right? We had one more on this end. You can have a look for yourself there. The condition of those nails, all right? Sorry guys, my foot kind of fell asleep there. Let's go ahead and kind of just demonstrate what we've done so far. So far we've removed this 3-tab shingle here. We've manipulated a couple shingles above it, which will be these, and these back here. I mean, as you can see, these were already technically creased, so you know, no damage there. This one, however, was increased initially. Excuse me. Now we have some creases on each shingle here. All right. So far, not so good on that repair attempt. So we'll go ahead and show you guys the shingle that we purchased, which per ITEL, this is the shingle that matches, well, not matches really, it's the shingle that is on this roof as we speak, right? So it's a CertainTeed manufactured, right? I'm not gonna go into the specifications of it, right? Because it's all on the ITEL. So we're gonna go ahead and just kind of measure, just to make sure, right? Just to make sure we're accurate, all right, on the sizing. So the measurements, the size, the length, perfect. Height, right? The exposure, perfect, right on the money. So we shouldn't have any trouble, at least on that end, right? All right, so let's go ahead and begin the process of installation. So we got to lift it because there is tar paper there, and we don't want to damage that tar. Just keeping the water out. All right. So that should do it, right? You can see there that has done the job. Now let's go ahead and begin the process of installing the new nails, which will use new nails. Throw these old ones in here. We should be okay with that. My hammer. And let's begin, right? We're gonna make sure this is properly leveled. And we're gonna use the roof snake to install these nails, just to again minimize any further damage, right? So roof snake isn't gonna have the nail all the way in. It'll do most of the job, but I still have to kind of hammer it over, right, just to be safe. You know, avoiding future nail pops. Again, doing my best to keep this shingle at a 45-degree angle to minimize any damage and creases. This one came out a little crooked, so let me work that one out again. Bear with me here. All right, I am at an angle, so it's a little tricky to do this. All right, so roof snake did most of the job there. Let me go ahead and nail that in. And then we got one more along the new shingle, and then we got to go above it. All right. Let me go ahead and just turn myself around. Came out a little crooked as well, so we'll redo that, right? Make sure we leave something with a good quality nail. That did the job. Go ahead and finish that off. So now we have the shingle above it. Again, bear with me, I'm on a pretty pitched roof here, so makes it a bit of a struggle. But, you know, we're here to get the job done. One more along this corner, and then one more on the other end. And last one. Yeah, one more right above here. Go ahead and flip over it one more time. So I can get this completed. Roof snake didn't do much of anything on this end. Go ahead and reattach that. So we're gonna replace it. Got a little bent. No big deal. All right, we can work with that. So we have completed the repair test here. Now let's kind of go over the damages, right? Because we see tons of damages here just from this repair attempt. Let me bring you guys in. So for the for the first most, right, there's creases there, creases there, creases on that corner. That shingle was already creased by the wind, but this one here, you can see it clear as day, clear as day. This one was already here, this one wasn't. You can see all the granule loss, the creases, right, the creases, right, all that granule that's now missing due to us kind of lifting these shingles above it, breaking the adhesive, just to repair this one shingle, right, which we've did successfully, inserting the shingle. However, the manipulation of the shingles around it has caused issues to the shingles, right above it, right? Like I mentioned, there's crease shingles that weren't there prior, all right? These adhesives that are now torn loose, right? Any wind will just end up lifting them. We're gonna go ahead and seal them off camera, but we're gonna try to do our best to seal them, and hopefully they seal right back up without any further wind issues, right? But you can see clear as day, pretty much the damages. Let me go ahead and just underline those, right there, this here, all this here just wasn't there, right, prior to the beginning of this attempt repair, right? And you guys can obviously just go back to the video before we started the repair, and you can see that it's just not ideal, right? It's two different colors, right, which I'm assuming probably color matching isn't a problem, but obviously this side gets affected by wind, by the sun more than the front, so the discoloration on the shingle, the granule loss has taken effect, right? Now just imagine us attempting this repair along the rest of this roof, right? Like as you can see right there, there's a complete missing tab. There's crease shingles down there, crease shingles right here, and like I mentioned, there's some to the left of this repair attempt. Some more in the front, which obviously you guys have pictures of. I don't even have to demonstrate that to you, but I'll go ahead and show you that those in the video as well. Now, believe, just stop to think that if we were to do these attempt repairs on all the shingles that were covered, I believe 10, if I'm not mistaken. Now, just picture us doing 10 repairs onto this roof, how much damage we will cause to Mr. Michael's property, right? I wouldn't warranty something of this nature, right? Just because I can't come down and look at Mr. Michael in the eye and let him know that that this was a success, because it's not. What I will go down and tell Mr. Michael is that I've caused more damage to the shingles than any good. Obviously, not bringing it back to its pre-loss condition it's never the goal. We want to bring it back to its pre-loss condition. However, in this case, that's not something we've done today. So I deemed this repair a complete failure. You can see I wrote fail. Again, conducting that, 10, 15 different areas, it's just not gonna look right. I hope you guys take that into consideration when looking over this claim. We fully recommend a full roof replacement to this roof. That way, Mr. Michael can have that peace of mind knowing that his roof is protected, that his home's protected, without any future issues or problems. If you have any questions, concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Thank you for your time. Hey guys, I apologize. I did forget to add the granule brittle test here. I mean, you can see tons and tons of granule loss, right? Obviously not on the new one, but on the shingles above it, you can see all that granule loss. I mean, just along my pitch hopper here, all this granule loss that was done just to conduct this repair, right? Look at that. Now let's go ahead and test our control area up here along the ridge, right, where it wasn't effective. All right, I mean, you can see little to no granule loss there, right? So that's another thing to take into consideration, right? The granules are the life of the shingle, right? If the shingles lose its granules, it's not doing its job properly. It's not keeping the UV light out, and it's just eventually going to deteriorate the shingle a lot quicker. Thank you.